As Warren Buffett said, if you buy things you don't need, you will soon sell things you do need. Now let me tell you a story of a boy who used to ride a bicycle and use Uber as transportation. But now after getting a job, he bought a car in EMI. Not a normal car, but it's the Ford F-150. On-road $38,000. It's a classy and beautiful machine. And then he booked a beautiful flat, and then a beautiful marriage, and then 2 foreign trips every year. And then here comes the turning point. In 2024, he lost his job. In a few months, the recovery agent, the EMI collector, started calling. And within no time, he had to sell his car and flat to reduce the burden of EMI. I feel so bad for him. But the question is, why did all this happen? Because all his entire savings were gone on nice marriage, on nice car, on flat EMI, and on foreign trips. Nothing left. In this video, I will tell you why looking poor will make you a rich person in reality. And I will tell you the 7 reasons why real successful people look poor. And what are those things that continuously keeping you a poor person. Now, reason number 1, the real successful people focus on needs, not on wants. The middle class person does the opposite. They focus on wants over needs. Think what happened to that boy. Owning a car become necessary at a certain age in life, like if you get a job. But this boy wants to take the Ford F-150, which if it goes for a service once, it can take the half of your salary. And after that, he had a nice wedding. A wedding can be your special day, but it can empty your whole savings. Any guesses how much can be spent on a wedding? There is no limit. If you compare your wedding with others in your society, it will be a huge mistake of your life. That's what middle class people do. And after that, the 2 foreign trips in a year. Why? As there are so many places in your country. But because of the social media driven status, people look to have foreign trips. Why do people do this? The answer is simple: to look rich in front of people, to show up. But to look rich, they're actually becoming poor in the future. So what is the solution of it? Look poor. Don't spend your money to show people that you are rich. Always buy what you need, not what you want to show people. Because every penny you save right now will save you in your bad times. Reason number 2, successful people set their priority. See, successful people give priority to get things done, to get their works done, while the poor people give priority to show their status. Let me tell you the difference. You know why successful people look poor? Because if a wealthy person needs a laptop for their work or anything, they buy a good condition second-hand or used laptop. They buy an old version of Mac because their aim is to get things done or is to get their works done because it saves their money. And then when other people look them using that old laptop, they think and judge them as poor. Whether a middle class person who needs a laptop for their work, they buy a new laptop on EMI because their priorities is to look rich. They don't want to listen that, look, he bought an old laptop, because they think and they care about people. They want to listen and they want to be focused by people. That's the difference. This is why successful people look poor and keep being rich in shadow. Now, reason number 3, successful people don't impress, they just invest. Successful people look poor because they focus on investing, not impressing. Poor people buy things to impress others. Most importantly in today's time, the smartphone. Yes, it becomes the necessity. But remember, whatever you can do with an expensive phone, you can do with a cheap phone too. Not cheap, but a reasonable price. In my opinion, no one should spend more than $500 on a phone. Please do not become that person who buys iPhone or Samsung phone on EMI, or do not become that person who blackmail their parents for a smartphone. Please do not become a dumb. Do not spend thousands of dollars to impress anyone. Maybe that money will help you in your future. That money will fund you for a course, for a skill. The point is very simple. You should not spend anything to impress others. Reason number 4, successful people save before spend. That is why they look poor. This advice is making rich the more richer. Successful people follow a simple rule: pay yourself first. The first thing they do after the moment they receive their salary in their account is saving, and then spend what remains. This is not a habit. This is a mindset of successful people. And successful people have this mindset. And that is why they look poor, because they save first. They don't underestimate the power of a small amount of recurring saving or deposit every month. If you do this, you have no idea how fast you will save money, how fast you will become a wealthy person in the silence or at the end of the year, which will help you for your future. Now, reason number 5. See, successful people purchase insurance instead of spending money on branded clothes. See, health insurance and life insurance. There is a saying that most people are just one hospitalization away from the bankruptcy because the spending of hospitalization is too much. Surely the successful people could easily spend money on expensive clothes, but they don't. They can buy any clothes, but they don't because they know the value of insurance. Because the dress, the clothes, the shoes, the branded shoes will not help them in the future. The purpose of the insurance is not to protect just people, but to protect our wealth. And insurance can save you in your worst time. Remember that. Now, reason number 6, successful people have long-term vision. That's why they look poor. As Rob Berger once said, the best thing money can buy is financial freedom. Do not borrow money, because every time you borrow money, you're robbing your future self. If you're watching this video, then you must have a goal of financial freedom. The goal of every human is happiness, and your happiness depends on how secure you are. Yes, we all want to work and make more money, but at a certain age of life, like 45 or 50 or 60, we should spend time with our family. We should take the retirement, and that is why we need financial freedom. So start saving for future. Do not spend money unnecessarily. Now, reason number 7, avoid gold diggers. The most important part of this video. Avoid gold diggers. Successful people avoid gold diggers, and that's why they look poor. Now, I'm not talking about the spouse or girlfriend. I'm talking about the other people. The people who all of a sudden wants to be in your life or wants to be your friend because they think you have wealth. And you can be their lifesaver at their worst time. So don't show that you have wealth, because the more you show people that you have wealth, the more you will attract the gold diggers. Because if you show that you have wealth, people will come to you and they will try to be your best friend and ask for money and ask for help. And this will drain your money and this will lead your life to poverty. So always stay away from fake people and focus on looking a low profile man. So people think you don't have much money. As there is an Warren Buffett role. Buffett, one of the richest men in the world. But he lives in the same house he bought in 1958 and drives a modest car. Why? Because he focused on long-term growth, not a status symbol.